What up, what up, what up? You already know what time it is. It's the King's Celebrity Guru, King Maserati Santana. This is another celebrity interview, another exclusive uncensored interview. I had to pull out the OG, man. I had to bring him out. So without further ado, I don't even want to waste no time. You know what I mean? This man broke so many artists in the industry and also shine the light on independent artists every day. You know what I mean? Motivation behind that. His work ethic is superb. So yeah, man, without further ado, I got the OG with me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bigga Rankin. He's in the building. What up, Bigga Rankin?
Man, it's a great day, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's what it is. I need everybody to keep it locked, too. Make sure y'all start following the page. Hey, Rankin, go ahead and tell them where to find you at, bro.
Man, you can hit me up. Bigga Rankin, BIGGARANKIN00, man, and it's everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is great, man, having you a part of the platform. I had to travel to get this, you know, and you speak about work ethic. Work ethic don't just stop with artists. It's, you know, if you're in the entertainment industry, you got to have that work ethic all over the platforms that you have. Entertainment, period, artist, period. You know, even being the AR music exec, you know, you got to keep that workflow going. Now, I want to get the real story from you. You know, I want to take it all the way back to how you really got started, you know, where you come from and all of that. So where exactly are you from?
Well, I was born and raised in Jamaica. At the age of 15, I think 14 and a half, I moved to Chicago with my mom. You know, she brought all of us up, you know, all the kids. And I got to Chicago. It was so cold. I was just like, oh, my God, I want to go home. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I was just very, like, I wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? So what my mom did, she sent us home every summer. You know, she sent us home and we go and come back. So I always have my Jamaican roots. And even when I retire, that's where I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In Jamaica. Then I came to Chicago. We do little house parties. You know, mama gone to work at 10:30. At 11, we crunk up.
Right.
$2 to get in. We got a little curry chicken, you know what I'm saying? We're doing our thing. And all of a sudden, it's like I just got caught in the music. Like, I was doing it, like, for fun. Then it just became like, damn, everybody was just loving what I do, because I used to rap too. I used to rap, you know, the Jamaican stuff. You know, I wasn't a hip hop rapper. I was a reggae rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I said, damn. So after that, I came to Florida, my sister, and it's history since that. You know?
Right. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take you all the way back to your roots. That trial before you was the life before, you know, you left Jamaica. So, like, I want to talk about, like, what was the lifestyle that you was living then? Like, you know, the food culture, you know, family. Who was your first crush? All of that type of good stuff.
Man, it's so crazy because in Jamaica, it was different. Like, I'm telling my grandkids now. I'm doing my documentary, and I'm going to go out there to do it. I'm like, I'm going to bring them with me and let them see how I get up in the morning and walk damn near a mile. Get your bucket of water, bring back, because they might be washing clothes that day. Then I had to go tie the goats out. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
And it's like, I didn't have a watch, so you tell the time by looking at the side of the mountain, how the sun go up. Then I know it's closer to 8, time to get to school. You know what I'm saying?
And you had to learn this to be in Jamaica.
As a youth. Now it's different, because Jamaica is the culture is different now. They got everything they have over here. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I could look at the sun going up the mountain, and I could tell you what time it was.
Wow.
And that was like crazy. And then all this stuff I was doing. Then when I got to America, I was like, damn, life is so easy. But I'm glad I went through that so I can appreciate this type of life. And that's why I work so hard in this music to help my kids. And I got a bunch of kids, you know what I'm saying?
What's a bunch of kids?
I got 13 kids, but of course
I
lost a son in 2004. He had drowned in 2004, you know. God bless his soul. That was my junior, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got 10 girls now and 2 boys that's alive.
Wow.
And I got a bunch of grandkids. And I got my own army, you know what I'm saying?
13 kids? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And when you have 10 girls, most of them married and got their life, so I got a bunch of grandkids, you know what I'm saying? But it's so beautiful. It's like, with the grandkids, it's so beautiful because you could drop them off.
It's legacy.
You ain't got to keep them. You could just drop them off. You can go get them for the weekend or for a week, and they all come for the summer or whatever, but they get to go home. That's the difference.
Right.
When they're yours, they're there for the end of time.
That's right. Now, we always talk about, we watch the movies from Jamaica, and we see the crime and all of that stuff over there. What was the crime like when you was there before?
No, with me, I grew up in the country. I was way up in the country. Like, I didn't know nothing about a whole lot of stuff. You read it in the paper or something like that. But where I was, it was no crime. Every now and then somebody might use a machete and try to chop somebody or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I didn't go through that. I'm here to tell you straight up. When I came to America is when I learned about a lot of stuff that was going on in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Because we just in a little country going to school. We have different things. We don't, we play a lot. We just had fun. Like, when I think about, I'm going to tell you, and I don't want to stray off the subject, but in 2020, I got COVID. And I was in the hospital for like a month. And I couldn't, I'm just looking at the four walls. Like, I just know I ain't going to make it. Because, I'm on dialysis 3 times a week. And I got high blood pressure. I got diabetes. And I just knew I wasn't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? But I had faith, though, But I just, for a while, my breathing, all that wasn't right. So but all I thought about was the stuff I did when I was a kid. I didn't think about nothing present. All I think about is when I was young, running around in Jamaica with my friends. That's all I thought about. I didn't thought about nothing new.
Why do you think that was presented to you while you was going through COVID? 'Cause that's like a life-death situation right there.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like I wasn't going to make it. It's reminding me of everything I did. I wasn't thinking about nothing present. Like, it wasn't no future left. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And man, when I got better, you know what I'm saying, and I was just laying there. They come and check my oxygen, and it's always so low. My lungs messing. So, guy was like, "I'm sorry, man, but you can't go home because you still got to be in this machine because you're not breathing properly." Mm-hmm. Man, this older lady came in there. I never seen her no more. I swear, man. And she said, "Have you ever played Pop Warner football?" I said, "No. When I was young, I played soccer." She said, "But when you play Pop Warner football, they let you put your hand behind your head. You breathe through your nose and hold it and then push it back out." She said, "Try that." And I tried it, and I could see my oxygen on the little thing going up.
Right.
Oh, my God. So she said, "This is what you do. You put a chair by the door and you put one right there by the window. Take your time, walk, put your foot up on there, take it down. Come back here, put your foot up, take it down." And my stuff was just going up. And I was like, oh, my God. So when everybody asked me, "How do you make it out of there?" I said, "Well, God just came in the room and told me, like, look, man, I ain't got no replacement for you right now. So go back out." And that's when I created that platform next door. That's when I created this platform. Yeah, because I used to take everybody on tour through the Carolinas and everything, but we couldn't really go out. So I created a platform where people can come and do their thing. But that woke me up. It teach me more about emotions. It teach me more about love. It teach me more about appreciation. And even though I was kind of an OG then more than I am now, because that's like 3-4 years ago, it made me into a real OG. Because a lot of people can forgive, but a lot of people ain't got mercy.
I like that.
Mercy is what you got to have. Mercy, you got to have mercy in somebody. Just like how God have mercy in your soul, you got to have mercy in somebody. And it teach me about mercy. And it's like, I'm just a different guy.
Yeah. That's blessings on blessings right there. How you was able to come out, of a dark moment in your life, and you brought yourself out through God, but you did the work.
But let me tell you something. As soon as I got out, that's the first thing I did.
What's that?
I called my cousin in Jamaica, and we started a farm. I wasn't even thinking about doing none of that stuff, but because I was thinking about Jamaica, when I got home, I called him, and we talked for 3 hours. I said, "Let's do a farm," and the farm is doing real good right now.
That's dope.
And that's where it came from. It's like you know, sometimes when you're down, it only bring you up. You know, and I look at my son, and I have a son that's in college. You know, he's getting ready to graduate this year, and I got a younger one, 15. That's my last child. And I tell him, always bring me up. No matter what you do, just keep me. When I look at you, I just know I'm up.
Exactly.
Bring me up. And when you're down, don't ever let me down. Go right back up.
Blessings.
Yeah.
And see, like, the Jamaican culture is, if you're not immune to it, it could be very different. It can look strange to you. Mm-hmm. But you have artists like Bob Marley. So do you feel like that Bob Marley really taught everybody about the Jamaican culture? Because when you're thinking about, like, what is Jamaican culture? How would you describe that?
Jamaican culture, when I was growing, it's a little it changed a little bit now, because some of the new artists is doing different things, and they're learning different things, and they have certain different things they're here in America, and they flipped it, you know, and do their thing. But when I was growing up, man, I didn't even know what oral sex was. When I was growing up, that's how sheltered you was, you know. You go to church every Sunday. I don't give a damn if you got a cold or you're sick. You got to go to church.
I thought we was just doing that in America.
You know, my grandmama would wake up at 7 a.m, and we got to go in her room, get right by her bed, and she have morning prayer, which is 3 songs, it's 3 hymns. She read the Bible, and then you pray, and then you go. And when she pray, some morning is long, some morning is short. Whenever it's long, you know somebody finna get a whooping, because as soon as the prayer is over, she on you. You know what I'm saying? She on your ass with that whip for something you did the day before. You know?
Exactly.
So me, I wouldn't say sheltered, but it kept a lot of stuff away from us when we was growing up. Like we grew up good. We didn't know a lot of bad stuff. If you curse, anybody on the street can whoop you. Yeah. As long as they was grown. And any girl have a baby, even if she's 13 or 14, you still got to say, yes, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
That respect level.
You know, people mess with me about that right now. Because I'm always say, yes, ma'am, thank you. And I say, I'm not no old lady. Don't call me no ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just used to it.
Yeah, just respect. So out of all your siblings, out of all, like the people in your family, who would you say was the strongest?
My brother Garfield. He younger than me, but he crucial. Like he just don't take no talk. You can't just, you know. And I always be calming him down, like, because through my life doing this music, he always the one that hooked the sound up, all that. When I'm DJing, we had a big sound system. We taking, if he hears somebody that's trying me or talk, he ready to come. You know what I'm saying? Like he younger than me, but he like my damn bodyguard.
Right.
You know, he was strong, and he got shot up, and he was in the hospital for like a year. And they crossed it. He gone. He not gonna come back, and he still made it. And I look at him as the strongest person that influenced me to be strong. You know,
right? And but does he keep the family together? Yeah.
I would say I kind of keep the family together a lot, because basically I talk to everybody. Right. But he's he the one I look up to, even though he's younger than me. I looked up to him for strength, you know. But I'm the one that, you know, I have a lot of knowledge about life.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's your younger brother.
Yeah,
but you look up to him.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. He's my best friend. You know, we just always been together through thick and thin.
Yeah, he get his flowers today.
Yeah, I love him.
Dope. So why move from Jamaica to the States?
Really, it's just for better life. But my mom had somebody sponsor her and bring her here, and then my mama just got all of us. You know, it's 9 of us. She got everybody. Bring everybody here, plus her husband, which is our daddy. You know, he was there too, and he used to come here and farm work in the sugar canes fields and stuff. And when he came, she got with him, marry him here, and make sure he got his green card and starts, you know, being a citizen. Then they all brought us all up, you know.
Now, was there any challenges during this moving transition?
Not really, you know.
Smooth sailing.
It was smooth. I have an older sister, and she was like in charge of all of us.
Okay.
And she made sure we, you know, everybody come.
Blessings, yeah. So now you move into the States. Y'all hit Chicago. all right, once you get to Chicago, you know, every time we go somewhere, we always got to find that one person that can teach us the culture. Who was that one person that you found in Chicago that you was running around with?
Be honest with you, it was my cousin. I have a cousin named Delroy. And Delroy, they came to New York, but they didn't like New York, so my mama went and got him, his brother Troy, and his brother Patrick, and brung them to Chicago. So when he came there, he just like, he older than me, you know, he got a job and all that, so he older dude, so he just always bring me everywhere he was going. And then he had, you know, a job cleaning offices at part-time at night. Exactly. I'll go clean those offices with him, and he'd give me a nice little check at the end of the week. So at 15, 16, I'm feeling like I'm a man because I got money. And he was a cool dude. He taught me everything, like take me in the streets, we ride around, you know what I'm saying? I be thinking I'm grown. I'm in the car, you know what I'm saying, just chilling with him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I'll say him, you know, and he had music downstairs, and you know, he live in Chicago, he live in the basement.
Yeah.
The boys stay in the basement. He had music, and he had he had a projector too. You know, he had some little nasty movies and stuff. When he went to work, I cut it on. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he kind of made a man out of me. Yeah. You know, I get to do it, and messing with the music is where I got deep into music by him.
So talk to me about the basement parties y'all was throwing with your mom.
Oh man,
was going to work.
It was so crazy. Like we had a three level house, basement, a level, and upstairs where all the rooms at. But we had rooms in the basement too. And when she left, you know, I was going to high school, so we knew everybody, all the Jamaicans and the Americans that love reggae. You know, so we had this little party. You know, we just make the flyer. You have to write up the flyer. So if you're making 50 flyers, you got to write up all of them. We wasn't printing them nowhere.
Damn.
We wrote them up. Me and my sisters, you know, we just wrote them up. And people, man, we were packed. And then one night, it got out of hand. You know, some older guys came and they started some fights and stuff. And police came and shut it down. And I had to call my mama at work, and my mama had to leave work. You know, when your mama have to leave work, it's a problem.
Yeah, facts.
She doing 2 jobs, and she had to leave work. And when she come, we had no time to clean up because the police is there. Oh, man. And she was like, who authorized these people in my house? And I'm hiding. I'm on my stomach in the basement hiding. But I could hear her. You know, even though you're 16, you're trembling when your mama come. Man, you know, we were raised in Jamaica where you get your ass whooped. So,
right. You already know what time it is.
Man, I was trembling, man. Plus, you don't want to see her hurt, you know?
Yeah. So how often was y'all throwing these parties before your mom found out?
Every damn week, man. We throw party every Saturday night because she worked weekends. Every Saturday night we had a party. And we might spend spend $100 or so, but we make like $500-600.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? We were doing good.
At 16?
At 16, we were doing good. Because I love music. Music always just put me in a place where nothing else could put me. Music put me in a whole different place.
Yeah. So like, now what was the transition leaving from Chicago to Florida?
My sister, she had moved, my older sister, same one that brought us from Jamaica, from my mom, you know. She had moved to Miami when they had Hurricane Andrews or whatever. I think that's what it was. And her husband was building houses. So after he finished building houses there after Hurricane Andrews, I went to Miami. It was helping them out or whatever. Then she moved to Jacksonville, Florida. Mm. And she just called me one day and said, you want to come up here? We came. And, man, like, I got a little job. Still doing my little music thing. I worked for about 6-7 months until I got into the clubs and stuff or whatever. And it was history after that, man.
So, now is it somebody that you still, like, who would you say somebody that you still connect with to this day from Chicago after leaving?
Oh, yeah. You know, I got my partner, Mike, George. You know, these are people I grew up with that really influenced me to keep staying on the mic, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to them all the time.
Yeah. So you didn't move to Florida at what age?
I moved to Florida, I said So 85. I said I was 18, 19. About 19.
19. So you had to tap into Jacksonville. What was the one of the first things that you took from the culture of Chicago and brought it to Jacksonville?
Well, I was playing strictly reggae. Strictly reggae.
Just all reggae.
All reggae when I got to Jacksonville. I was playing all reggae for a while. And a good friend of mine, like, the way you introduce the reggae music, man, you're like a preacher, man. Like, it's a sermon. Because you say certain things and the music matches what you say. Mm-hmm. Like, what's going on with that? Why don't you try it with the hip-hop? I said, I'm just not used to hip-hop. But I do listen to hip-hop, but I can't flip it like that because, so he said, you need to try it. He kept bothering me. So one night, we was in the club. We thick, too, because a lot of Americans love reggae music.
Of course.
At that time, I brought a culture to the city, and everybody loved it. We packed, you know what I'm saying, elbow to elbow. He told me, so I slowed it down. I said, check this out, man. This is called the 2 o'clock ride out. I know I do this every night, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do a little American set. I'm going to play some hip-hop. And I dropped NAA Gangster and took the roof off the building.
Oh, shit.
They was singing it word for word. I just eased the music out. They was singing it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, my God.
You got to think NWA was killing it back then, around that time.
Man, but I didn't know. I never got the reaction from any reggae music like I had from that night,
Yeah.
So I said, damn. So I just started playing other hip-hop songs from that time on. And I would listen to it first, listen to the metaphor, how it come in, or the wordplay. And then when I introduced the song, it's just like a sermon, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They used to call me the pastor. And they just started, the records started getting big by me doing that. So they calling me a record breaker, which I didn't know what that was. So by the time I got to be 40, I got like 11 record breaker trophy of the year.
Wow.
Because I was breaking these records. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. So I don't know. I just think it's all God.
Of course it is. So did you classify yourself as a DJ at that moment?
Yeah.
Or, so you was already DJing?
I was a DJ. And after I see how I be on the mic breaking the records, I stopped playing the records. I just let people do that, or the DJs do that, and I just rock the mic. That means I can pay attention to what I want to do.
Absolutely. All right, we got the OG Bigga Rankin in the building. We're about to go to a music break. When we get back, we got more Rankin coming up. You know what it is.
You're now on the Rize TV, straight uncensored with King Maserati Santana.
Yeah, we back from the break. Y'all know what time it is. Celebrity Guru. I still got the OG Bigga Rankin in the building. Rankin, what up? Talk to him.
Man, respect on top of respect, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great conversation. This is not an interview, it's a conversation.
Yes, sir. So before the break, man, we kind of talked about a lot, but I want to go dive right back into when you was in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk to me about the Midnight Madness. You got to talk to me about it.
Midnight Madness is like, we were sitting down and me and my brother, we just always coming up with different stuff, And Everett was like, man, what else can we come up with? Because we had free before 12, free before 11. So I said, you know what? These kids are rebellious. Let's do Midnight Madness where you come from 12 to 6 in the morning.
Like an after hour.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say after hour, because after hour would be later than that. Mm-hmm. But Midnight Madness was 12 to 6, which we're not going to stay open to 6. But it's just, because we know they're going to wear themselves out by then. And I was doing like 2,700 people, you know what I'm saying? Mm. So, in Jacksonville, I can say this, and I can say it with my head held high. I'm the only DJ that put 3,000-4,000 people in a club.
Now you stamping that.
I'm the only one that ever done that in Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
It's a lot of artists could even do that. I did that. I had a following like it was a cult following, you know what I'm saying? Because I was from Jamaica. I didn't claim no side of town because I was neutral. So everybody would come. I play reggae and I play hip-hop and I play gospel. If it's out fighting in the club, I'm going to put gospel on. And the gospel will not come off of there until you start get yourself together.
That was a way to break that up.
So my culture was a little different. It was very peaceful, even though when people get liquored up, they'll fight or whatever. But we kept it peaceful inside the club for a long time. And then the younger the crowd get, is the worse it got.
Right. When did you know? Like, it had to be a moment that came to your thoughts. Like, yo, I'm really big out here in Jacksonville. I'm starting a culture out here on my own in Jacksonville. When was that moment for you?
It's just on 4th of July, on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, the line is wrapped around the building from 8 o'clock. I got videos. I'm doing my documentary right now. I got videos. When you see these videos, people just all the way down the street just waiting to come in to hear me speak. And I said to myself, I said, after I get through with this, I'm going to have to build me a church because that's the only thing that I haven't done.
Real talk.
I broke all the artists you can think of. I throw all the concerts you can. I'm the only DJ promoter that brung 2 Chainz and Future in the same building. I don't know if they've done anything anywhere. I haven't seen it. But I know I was the only one that brought both of them to that in Florida to perform on the same stage in a club. Not an arena, but a club. I done some great things in my life. And I think it lasts this long because I never look at myself as a superstar. I never look at myself as the man, like I'm him. I never look at myself like that. I just always look at myself as a person that's here to entertain people. It's like I belong to the public. I can't go nowhere, like to the movies or, hey, big man, I got a CD in my car. I want you to get to the mall. I really, and that's all over now. Like D.C., I was just in D.C. Saturday, and everywhere I went, somebody, hey, man, I got a song I want you to listen to, man. Hey, man, you a legend, man. Man, your songs, and they motivate me. Your intros motivate me, man. Like, a lot of times I'm going to, like, people in prison would just write me and, like, man, I love you, man. I love you. You motivate me. And I said, man, wonder if I'm doing the wrong thing. What if I need to be a preacher? So I'm like, what am I doing? But I feel like if I'm going to be a preacher, I don't want to be appointed. I want to be anointed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you set a mouthful right there, OG.
And then I'm thinking, I'm in the marketplace to where it's murder, sex, and drugs. These are the people I probably need to reach. Me in the church wouldn't do them no good because most of the church people look down on these folks. And if you look at all the disciples God had around him, some of them was thieves, killers,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. In my heart, I love God. I pray every morning. I pray every night. I pray at lunchtime. I pray all the time. I thank him for just having me reach out to these youngins now, because that's my thing now, is to reach out to the younger generation, because they need somebody to talk to them. They need somebody to tell them, like, that's not right. They need somebody to tell them, like, look, you're in a war in the street, but you're not winning. You're just a survivor. It's only a matter of time before you're gone too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm thinking real different right now. When I got to the age I am right now, I'm looking like I need to really teach them,
And I think the most important part about your time spent in Jacksonville, now that's what you was doing as far as like on the club scene, DJing, and of course artists was following your path. It was something new, and you had the swag. You had the whole motion, you had the ideal of that. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about how the community felt about you.
Man, this is crazy. Because the community loved me. Because if something happened to somebody, I'm always there, you know what I'm saying? We have a little party. I ride for this person or whatever. But when my son passed away, my son got drowned in 2004, because I drew so many people, the police department called me Malcolm X Jr. Because I draw so many people. When I do a block party, man, you can't even drive. Like, people from everywhere. I draw everybody. So when you're a neutral DJ and you draw everybody, it's gonna be a problem because whoever owe anybody anything, they're gonna see him at my party.
Absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, the mayor gave you a nickname too, didn't he? Okay.
All of them like they said, like they was like everywhere this man go, people get killed in the parking lot. You know, things happen. People shooting. So when my son passed away, we were down there at the beach. The whole community coming to the beach looking for my son because he went in and the current took him out. And everybody, we down there, and it's like I'm looking at life different because when I got to the beach, there's these big ass houses on the beach, and I'm like, these are the white people that move away from where we at. But man, those people were so nice. These people opened their doors and going to work and told them, you can go in there and get anything you want.
Blessings.
You know, and I'm like, everybody mourn the same. Everybody care the same when it comes to tragedy, you know? And I just started thinking different. So when the people came to interview me, it was a guy who used to work at the mayor's office. And he said, somebody in the office like, there you go. I wonder what he gonna say. He said, everybody was quiet, you know. And I said, I hope everybody who is home right now hug their child because no matter how much time you spend with your kid, when they're gone, it's the worst feeling in the world. I can't tell you, it's not a gut punch, it's not a bullet. Nothing could be worse than losing your kid, you know what I'm saying? You were like, damn. I was like, yeah, you sound different, you know? And then I got to start meeting different people. It's like, my grandmama always tell me, like, sometimes people die so you can live. And after he passed, I met a lot of people just met me in person, know that I was different. I was a caring person. And my life changes in Jacksonville. And it even got bigger now.
Yeah. And speaking while you was in Florida, now, this artist came out of nowhere. But you had, dealings with this artist. But he was from Miami. Talk to me how you met Rick Ross.
Oh, man, Ross, like, this is so crazy. When I was in the club on Florida Avenue, the first club we had, Ross used to come to Jacksonville with some people from Jacksonville. And every time I play a song, they used to beat on the wall so I could bring it back. Ross was in the club at that time. I didn't know Ross at that time, though. So when I met him, he was like, man, I used to be in Cool Runnings, man, blah, 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 doing this, doing that. And I just love the way Ross was rapping. Because he just was lyrical, you know what I'm saying?
The delivery, too.
He was lyrical, and then he was going through the thing with 50 Cent and all that. But I did his mix CDs. And the first 3 mix CDs, I did those mix CDs that Ross had, and they were popular. I was the first person to bring Ross in Jacksonville, and he sold out.
So wait, so at this time, this is when he was going through his thing with 50, when 50 was calling him Officer Ricky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I met him before that. I knew him before. I was helping him before that. Right. But that's when he started getting popular. Because when 50 Cent started calling his name, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to know who 50 Cent was talking about.
Absolutely.
And when they go listen, it was nothing but that good music.
So here's a question for you. What made you want to proceed to still help Ross, even though he was going through this with 50?
Because all what they was, see, this is the thing about life. When you be with somebody and you know their heart and how they is, I can tell you nothing about him, man. You know what I'm saying? Ross was always a good person to me. He was always a good person to me. And I would never, look at him no other way. You know what I'm saying? He was straight G. You know, he didn't show me no bad face. I didn't see him disrespecting nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm high on respect. I'm really high on respect because I had a bunch of sisters. Then I ended up having a bunch of daughters. So I'm high on respect. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something need to be demanded. Just straight off GP. Mm-hmm. Now, let's go to Memphis. What's the story behind you and Gotti?
Oh, man, it was so crazy. It's a guy called Ricardo Hunter. He do radio. Him and Lester Pace do radio together. And I met Ricardo. Ricardo was like, man, he's the same person who introduced me to Dolph. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, he introduced me to Gotti, and he told me about Gotti. So I think I was with Hitman DJs at the time. We used to go everywhere, New York, L.A., and have these conferences. And I went to TVT. I think Gotti had something to do with, him and Lil John was signed over there. Somebody. I met him over there. That was the first time me and Gotti really had a conversation. And I said, hey, man, I think I could break in Florida, you know what I'm saying? And he said, true. So he came on down to Florida, came to see me. We started doing our thing. So it was Classic time. I don't know if you know about Florida Classic in Orlando.
Nah, fill me in.
Florida Classic is Bethune-Cookman and FAMU, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Big old game, you know what I'm saying? There's people from everywhere, alumni, everywhere. It was packed. So Gotti was with me. So I said, I had to go to get me a shower, man, you know. So meet me at the club. It was the Roxas. And Gotti, when he got there, you know, he had his chain on, whatever he got there. He was big in Memphis and other places, but not Florida. So when he got there, they charged him $60 to come through that side door. And when I got there, I say, they charge you $60. I'll get your money back, man. I'm the one told you to meet me here. He said, nah, I'm good. We rocked it, played his record, rocked it, boom, boom, boom. Then a few years after that, I watched him pay Gotti $60,000 to walk through that same door.
That's crazy.
Same door.
Same door he paid 60 from.
Paid 60.
He planted the seed when he paid that 60.
Yeah, and when he did it, when I said to him, like, man, we can get you money. He paid for a couple of people and himself.
Yeah.
And I watched him pay him that. And then, I brought him to Jacksonville, and Young Cash was the artist coming up in Jacksonville at the time. And Young Cash had a song called Pure Cocaine. Pure Cocaine, Pure Cocaine. And I put Gucci on the record, and I put Gotti on the record. And the records blew. Then Gotti was like, Cash had a song called X, and I put Gotti on it and Sean J, and I shot the video. At that time, the video was expensive. I paid $13,000 for the video. It was a dude from Miami came and shot the video. And I used to have these, every year I had the Ghetto Grammy Award. Before I turned into the Diamond Award, it was the Ghetto Grammy Award. I gave Gotti 2 awards. And Gotti said, this is the first award I ever got. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we became real close friends from there. And I've been on the road with him a couple of times. And he's just a good dude, like, you know what I'm saying? The thing with him and Dolph, because I went up there and I met Dolph and I broke Dolph from scratch. You know, we started moving around or whatever. And, whatever happened between them, I'm not from Memphis, so I cannot speak on it because I'm not from there.
Right.
You know, and one thing about homegrown beef, if you're not from there, you really don't know.
Exactly.
But him, Gotti a good person, Dolph a real good person, and Gotti a good person. And I pray that one day that all that will come to an end, you know?
I think it shows what type of person you really is, because for both of them to be from the same, neighborhood, city, but still have dealings with you and not put you in the middle of it. Like, yo, you Rankin, you messing with Dolph. I don't fuck with you because you messing with Dolph, but you didn't have none of this going on. They respected you.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Because I like I said, I told all DJs, because I don't play diss records. I never played a diss record in my life. Because I feel like, why play a song that they're going to jump to in the club, but it ain't going to be a soundtrack to your funeral? Exactly. I don't play diss records. Yeah. I never did, and none of my DJs don't play diss records.
Yeah. But did you look at Dolph like a son?
I love Dolph. He was a good kid.
Yeah.
Our birthday was like 2-3 days apart. Mm. When I took Dolph on the road, man, he'll put his wisdom too. And I'm like, man, you need to stay home. And said, So some of the time I had to talk for him because he had a towel over his head while we go to the DJs and do the meet and greets and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was a good kid, And like I said, I can't tell you what happened. I just know it's bad,
Yeah.
And for both of them, man, they was good to me. So I have nothing bad to say about either of them.
How did you find out when he passed?
Like everybody else,
Yeah.
On the internet, then I called, Rocksteady, and rap with him. He's DJ Rocksteady. He's a good friend of mine. I called him, and we rap about it.
Yeah. To double back on that cocaine music with Gotti, was there an event that happened where you got pulled over about that cocaine music?
Yeah. I had just moved to Atlanta. I was living in Jonesboro. And then Gotti came by the house, and we was sacking up all the tapes. I mean, all the CDs. Put them because he was going to North Carolina at the time.
Okay.
But we had a show in Fitzgerald, Georgia, a little country town. So on my way, I'm driving down the street. Me and my girl in the car, and I got boxes of the CD, and we got pulled over. So the police, when you get pulled over by those police that they don't have the uniform on, they got like an army fatigue on, it's a problem.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
So he was like, "What's this?" And he was talking to me. I said, "Get some CDs, we're going to go down here, we're going to give away some of them at the concert." He looks at cocaine music. He said, "What's this?" As soon as he asked me, Gotti then was coming behind me, but they had stopped to get gas. So by me being pulled over, they're passing me in a Magnum rap with cocaine music.
That's crazy.
And the police just laughed. He said, "Oh, we should have pulled them over."
Right.
Yeah, but the officer ended up letting me go.
I mean, he didn't really have nothing on you.
I had bad license.
Yeah,
but he let me go because he wasn't looking for license.
Right.
Yeah, he was looking for something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He let me go. I told Gotti about it. He laughed about it. When I got there, I met him at a hotel, and I told him what happened. They didn't even know I was pulled over because they didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he knew the car that good that I was in. It was because it was my wife's car. I mean, my girlfriend's car at the time.
Yeah. So with you leaving Jacksonville, did you feel like you outgrew Jacksonville?
The thing about being, and you from Carolina, you know this, thing about being in a small town, well, Jacksonville is not really a small town, but it's a ceiling. And when you hit that ceiling, sometimes the hardest fall you're going to get is coming back down.
Oh, yeah.
So I was to my ceiling. I did the biggest concert, the biggest crowd, I did everything. I was on the radio, I did everything. So it was time for me to move on and go pursue my gatekeeping habits, what I want to do.
But why pick Atlanta to retire?
Because I wouldn't call it retire. I come here to just extend my thing. Atlanta had more media.
That's very important.
Without media, you're just going to be stuck in, doing your Florida thing. All the artists knew me because I broke up in Florida, but when I came here, it was a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So you got a very popular artist that you built up from the ground up. So I don't know, I know I want to know for myself and plus for my audience, how did you find YFN Lucci?
Oh man, I used to. The thing about they had Trinidad James and Rich Homie Quan.
Yep.
And I was, I when I moved here, I used to pick up. I met Day. He used to be a TIG, and he used to give me boxes of Rich Homie music, and I take it to Florida and put them out so I could bill him up there. You know what I'm saying? So me and him had built a relationship, and he was like, "Man, you need to come. You need to come over to the studio, man. Damn, he said, we got this artist named YFN Lucci. You need to come over here, And then I went over there. I swear to God, man, I heard the music. I said, oh, man, he hard. He hard. And they said, well, we had some more DJs come here, but they say he need more club music, Mm-hmm. I said, he hard. So I said, what I'm going to do, man, I'm going to just take him everywhere. On the Chitlin circuit, we go to Houston, that we went everywhere, and Lucci was so persistent with everything we was doing. Everywhere he go, he learned something new. And Lucci had got up to $25,000 a show, but nobody knew him that well, like in Seaport and places like that in Louisiana. He said, "Let's go," and we just went there for free. Didn't get booked there for the money, Man, we went through Carolina. We went through everywhere, man. everywhere through Carolina.
See, what you been in music is that, and this question right here is for the independent artist. You said Lucci had worked himself up to a $25,000 a show.
Mm-hmm.
What does that take for somebody to pay you $25,000 for a show?
Man, you really got to build yourself up. It's about you. You got to, because a lot of people getting $5,000 and just feel like that's enough. You still got to go do promotions, go do free shows just for people to know you. You know, it's just like a president. If you're running for president, you got to go shake hands, kiss the babies, all this stuff. You got to do that. A lot of people feel like if you're on the internet, you can just press send and your stuff is everywhere. Yeah, a couple of people got blown up off the internet. But the way you get features and club shows is like you got to go to these places and promote yourself. You know, so if you get a show in Charlotte on a Friday night, and you ain't got no show on Saturday, you should got to find out where is Raleigh Durham. Who's the biggest club? I got a hot single. Can I go there and do this single and let these people know who I am so they can book me? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just come back home. They're cool with the $5,000.
They're content with that.
They're content, and you can't be content with that. And you got to keep going. Your catalog, you got to build your catalog, and you got to go out there and build yourself. Because back in the days, to be a strong artist, you got to have lyrics. Now, it's popularity and personality.
That's correct.
This is crazy.
That's correct. But real quick before we go to break, Lucci he blowing up, $25,000 a show.
Mm-hmm.
Then he get locked up.
Oh no, he was getting way more than that when he got locked up.
Right, but like when he got locked up though, like what was your thoughts when he got locked up? Did you think it was over for him, or you just had that faith? Like I know my nigga coming home.
Man, come on, everybody could tell you. Everywhere I go, if you look at my gram, if you look at, I do all Lucci songs that we do, and I'm always telling him he on his way home. I've been saying this for 3 years. We pray. I always tell him this is how we going to pray. We're going to thank God for letting you home with your family. Thank you, God, I could take my kids to school in the morning. Oh, God, this is a good feeling. Thank you, God, I could hug Mom, you know. Thank you, God, I could have dinner with Mom. Thank him for being out. That's where the faith at. You can't ask, please get me out of here. No, you got to thank him already because you got to speak it into existence.
That's right.
You know, and we talk like that all the time. And if people just don't know, this dude is a good dude. Take care of his kids, his mom, his family. He's a good person. Sometimes people can see from the outside and just don't know. You know, he got a good heart. And like I said, mercy, everybody don't have mercy. Some people got forgiveness in their heart, thank you in their heart, I love you, bless you, and all this shit, you know. But I came up in the game like, can't nobody bless me. You can give me an offering, but only God can bless me. Can't nobody bless me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't be talking about, man, go on bless a nigga, man. No, you can't bless me, man.
Exactly.
You know, God taught me that in so many ways because after you stop chasing money, God let it come to you. You're like, damn, you know, what was I doing wrong? You know, stop chasing stuff. You know,
let it come
if
to you.
It's meant for you, you're going to have it, man.
That's what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got more Bigga Rankin coming up right after this. Think It's a Game record label.
Oh, man, this is, it's always touched me when I talk about that, but I've been a part of Think It's a Game for the longest because we're real close friends, you know. Me and Lucci, the owner fly, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, we was all tight. Mm-hmm. But with 2019, I think. 2018, I lost my kidneys. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, man, like, it's crazy. I'm through. Because I seen people, you know, who did that. And all my kids, you know, sitting on the hospital bed, my daughters and all of them. Like, damn, we watch our daddy work his ass off. Like, we work hard, 'cause Daddy work hard, you know. And I was thinking to myself, like, what's going on? So I'm laying in the bed, and Lucci came and saw me. Fly was already there, which is the CEO of the label. He was there. I mean, we close, but I didn't know we was that close. And they was like, "Are you all right, man? Are you good? Are you okay?" And Fly was like, "Regardless of anything, man, we got you. When you get out of here, I don't want you to go on the road anymore. I want you to come to the office and be our head A&R. Like, damn. I know they're cool with me and everything. So after I got to the hospital, I went by. They had an appreciation party for me, and everybody came by, you know, give me my flowers and all that. They said, come to the office. The next day I went to the office. And, man, had a chain for me, and watch, and like I was an artist getting signed. And gave me some cash, you know what I'm saying? I said, damn. Okay, so I started this A&R thing, but I just told him one day, I said, man, you know, I'm good. Like, I can go back out on the road, you know. I can take our artists that we just signed out on the road. Because I feel like I need that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm trying to really find myself. And I spoke to this guy. I was in the gym working out. I had a little trainer. I'm trying to get back, you know? And the trainer working with me. And he said, what's wrong with you, man? I said, man, my partner, my engineer is in Orlando. I got this mix CD I'm finna get done, man. This is $5,000 I'm finna lose, man, because I can't find no studio in Orlando for him. I kept calling. I can't find no studio. So this dude was standing to the side, real tall dude, and he's like, hey, man, what's wrong? He was working out. He was doing the same thing we were doing with my trainer, but we didn't know who he was. You know, he was just working out with us. Real tall guy. And he said, my name is Mr. Larry Bishop. He's a bishop. And he said, what's wrong? I said, man, I'm trying to get this done. I'm working out, but my mind ain't on it because I'm trying to get this tape done, and I can't find the studio. And he said, let me pray for you. He prayed for me. The phone ring in 2 seconds. It was Dog Man. Man, I see you trying to call me. I'm like, yeah, I need the studio. And I called Sticker Bush, and he was there with his kids at Disney World. Went and did it. I'm like, you know, something, you different, man. He said, yeah, I'm a bishop, you know. And I'm a life coach. And I said, I want to be one of your students, man. What does it cost for me to pay you to be my life coach? Because what you just did right now was a miracle. I said, nah, nothing, man, you know. And he started walking. Every morning we go walk on the trail. He would pray all the way. Then he stopped. We prayed. But I was kind of like, damn, man, you know, when is it going to finish? Because it's 3.5 miles just to walk around it. You know? So when it going to finish? He said, you know what your problem is, Mr. Plummer? I said, no. He said, you're not enjoying the journey. You're so worried about the destination. You're not enjoying the journey. Like, look over there. It's some dares, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, those are dares. And, you know, in the wintertime, they color change, man. Like, yeah, I bet you didn't know that. So look in the water, man. Like, that's the river. You see that little thing? It's called an otter or whatever they call it. Eats fishes or whatever. You know, do this. We're going to sit here, and then we're going to walk up there, and we're going to sit again, and you look, enjoy the journey. Do not worry about your destination. And I did the same, man. After a while, it just becomes so short because I'm enjoying the journey.
Exactly.
So he said, in about a year, while we do, I said, we're a year? He said, we're doing this all the time. I'm going to check on your transformation and see where you at. And he said, you know what your problem is? You react too much. He said, react is weakness and respond is strength. I want you to stop reacting to stuff. And he gave me an example. He said, say somebody call you and say you see your wife in the mall hugging up on a dude. And the first thing you're going to, wait till you get home. But that might be her cousin, her brother.
Exactly.
But you're reacting. And reacting is weakness. Dissect everything. Put it right. Then respond. And I find myself dealing with my grandkids better, dealing with people better. And I feel that transformation coming. I'm like, oh my God, this dude is real. You feel me? He taught me how to pray. He said, when you pray, just don't get up off your knees like everything is cool. Stay there for about 5-7 minutes and let him talk back to you. To have a relationship with God don't just mean you pray and say thank you for this and thank you for that. To have a relationship with God, you got to read your Bible. And you got to build a relationship with him. And when you do that, things are just going to flow. And he the one that married me too.
Wow.
Because I got a new house and I said, I don't want to move in this house fornicating. Because I've been talking to him so much. He came, he blessed the house, and he married us in the backyard. And I swear to God, man, I got a bunch of baby mamas. And I always just think that whenever you're the breadwinner around something, you cut people off when they talking. Because you paying the rent or you doing it, you cut them off. You know what I'm saying? And when I explained it, everybody asked me, man, what happened to you and that girl? And she was tripping. But then, when me and him talk, I found out I was wrong half of the time.
Accountability.
You know? I was wrong half of the time. And he said, this sickness that you got, you pray to God and thank him for curing it. Don't ask him to cure it. Thank him for curing it. And don't tell nobody you're sick. Because whatever you speak, mouth is very powerful. So you call me and I'm like, man, I'm so sick. Then you're going to be sick. Just be accountable for what's wrong with you, because didn't nobody do this to you. You did this to yourself. Of course, it might be hereditary because you get it from your bloodline, from your family or whatever, but you could have ate better and you could have do certain things better to make sure you was okay.
Exactly.
So that changed my life. So back to the labor. With doing the labor thing and with him helping me, oh man, my life just started being different. And then Fly, he's the CEO. Man, I swear to God, this man is like one of the coolest person. He's a brother. Man, when I got sick and I called him and told him that I got COVID, I just test positive. This man went to so many and bought all the vitamins you could think of and everything. And the doctor said if I didn't get all that stuff before I come to the hospital, he don't know where I'd be. But he said all that stuff helped me, the zinc and all that other stuff. So we became more of a family. Me and him and Luch is more of a family, more than me just working with him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then I said, damn, I ain't going to be able to go on the road for a while. I ain't going to be work for a while. You know what I'm saying? He dropped some bread in my account. But then, by me doing all these intros and stuff, I didn't know I was going to, that my BMI started chipping in and I'm looking like
royalties.
And I look at my bank account and I'm like, what the hell? Is this a scam? So I went and pulled it out. I said, whoever give me this ain't getting it back. I went and pulled it out. They were like, nah, man, that's your royalties. Man. That's your thing.
Lessons.
And I'm like, sometimes you do, and just like an older guy told me one time, because I did this artist mixtape and he got big and I invited him to my birthday. He didn't come. And I was mad. And that man said, look, your girls are in college, man. You got a brand new car. Look at you, how, man, you blessed. You get your blessing from God. Why is you going to be mad at a man? Like, he said, when you go to the pearly gates, you only got to give account for your sins, man.
Exactly.
What are you doing? So all that came to mind when, when way TIG was treating me, all that came to mind, how good they are. I would never work for another label. Never. Even if they don't want to do it no more, I would never work for another label.
That's dope.
This is my family. They're my family. Like, I talk to Fly maybe 2-3 times a day. He always checking on me. You all right? How you feeling today? You good? You feel me? So It's a family over there.
Absolutely. Before we wrap things up, this is my last question to you because I saved this question for last because it's important for me to know, but important for you to remind yourself. Now, everybody call you the OG. Well, sometimes I like to ask people because I want them to know if they really are OG. Now, early in the interview, you said that, you started feeling that you were stepping in that role more of being an OG.
Yeah.
Have you feel like you earned that calling as being an OG?
I felt like I do. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because, like I tell you, when I was running around in the streets, hustling, selling my little blase, and had a pistol in my pocket, and the kids look up to me instead of Michael Jordan because they want to be like me because I got money.
Exactly.
And it's right there. But then I thought about it, and I said, after I got a couple of dollars and I move in the nice neighborhood and my kids go to private school, sometimes you want to turn your nose up on what's going on in the hood. But our destinies are tied together. We train them young kids to be like that. They were watching us. So now I have to go back and get as much as I can. So that's why I tell everybody, I feel like God put me here to get the young dudes out the streets before the law trick them out the streets because I seen it firsthand how it go. And I would never tell a little young dude to pick up no gun and go shoot nobody for me. I would never do that. So when we heard the older guys talking about, I'm going to let my young niggas come by and do this, like, that make me sick. That make me want to throw up. Mm-hmm. So I feel like right now, my thing is to help all the younger dudes that I can.
That's a fact. But there it is right there. The OG Bigga Rankin, just being uncensored with the celebrity guru, King Maserati Santana. You got any shout-outs, Rankin?
And, I like to shout out TIG, the whole label. I like to shout out a lot of people that stood by me. Got my boy Z right here, who's my cameraman. I got Drea, who's my DJ, and Tori, who be shooting in there. And a big shout out to my wife, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My wife played a big role in my life. And she can break me down sometime and let me understand what love is, you know what I'm saying? Because some people, I tell people a lot of time, love, some people mistake comfort for love. The bills are paid, the car notes are paid, we got food, and they're happy, they feel like that's love. But sometimes when sickness come through the front door, love walk out the back door. Yeah. When poverty come through the front door, love walk out the back door. And I think with my wife, we have that understanding that it's us against the world. And when you're up, keep me up.
Exactly.
And when you're down, don't let me down.
Yes, there it is right there. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Golden Money Team Marketing for setting this interview up. Definitely salute to A God. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people say what they can do, but don't know what they can do. Mm-hmm. So blessings on blessings with that. Shout out to Enhanced Connect Services for working behind the scenes, PR work. And shout out to myself, man, because, we just uncensored the fuck out of this interview. You heard?
Hey, man, you hard, man. It's one of my best interviews, man. I got to give it to you, man. You made it a conversation.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people just be saying stuff to get clickbait.
Right.
You just had a real and that's what it is. My life, my story.
That's what it is right there. And we're going to end that off right there. Y'all can keep following me on Mozzie Bracken 18. That's on Instagram. Also Facebook, Maserati Santana. Subscribe to the YouTube channel on the Rize TV. You can get all the latest celebrity interviews and independent artists. We still show love to y'all. We got to, because when one artist get broken, we got another artist that need to come right behind that and keep making this thing turn. As the world turns, right? So that's what it is, man. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness.
Much love.